Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
Hey, but inside is so delightful.
It's Christmas in July, eh?
Let's review.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Bum.
Hey. Yeah.
Hey.
Alright, season's greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And welcome to another heartwarming edition of Christmas in July. And gosh darn it, BlueDragonFive, we are in the home stretch. We are beyond the home stretch. We are literally standing on the finish line, about to cross it. How does it feel?
Feels grandiose.
All right. Well, after today, after tonight, after I don't know. It's it's after 12 in the morning for both of us. So technically, this is being recorded on the 31st, but we'll count it as a 30th show. But for the 31st, the last day of July, we have two more shows to cover, and we'll announce those at the end of the show. But in the meantime, BlueDragonFive, you want to tell the audience what we're in store for tonight?
Sure. Well, folks, when we started this whole shindig, one of the first, at least the first live-action holiday special we covered was of the Happy Days Christmas special, and you'll remember Tiki. I think he actually was a little eager with this one, and he watched instead of the other one.
I was very eager to see the Happy Days Christmas special, and I mean, what could I say? You said Happy Days Christmas special. This is literally called a Happy Days Christmas. So, but no, but I really enjoyed this one. Like, this one really stuck with me. So we did end up reviewing the episode entitled "Guess Who's Coming to Christmas." Definitely a great episode in its own right, for sure. I am going to go ahead and link in the description to the episode of Christmas in July. I believe that's the second episode overall, BlueDragonFive.
Yes.
And so yeah, but no, I'll be honest with you. This is probably it's most certainly my favorite one that I've discovered through doing these. If that makes any sense. Like, I'm not going to say it beats some of the ones that I was already familiar with, but out of the ones that I haven't seen, this is most certainly, like, I really love this special. I really have developed a soft spot in my heart for it. It's fantastic. It's just marvelous. It's 50s wholesome quality entertainment at its finest.
It is pretty darn good. Now, mind you, I don't have much background, but just kind of give you the setting here. So we're in season 6 of Happy Days at this point. Richard's still around, but you can kind of get a sense that he's not going to be around for long because at this point, Ron Howard was soon after this season. Ron Howard was going to start the directing career, and he was going to leave. But the point is, at this point, they were evolving the character. So like he got a job, I believe. And again, mind you, I haven't really seen it much of Happy Days after continually after season 5.
Was that when they jumped the proverbial shark?
I think that might have been in 6. It's either in 6 or 7 when they actually jumped the shark.
Okay.
Because I know Richie's in that season, but again, he's not around for long around those seasons. I can't quite recall. Point is, the only reason for that is because they only have 4 seasons out on DVD.
Okay, I see.
That's the only reason. I think now they might have come out with more, but I still haven't known them yet. But I've seen like groupings episodes like from here and there from all the 9 seasons. I think it's 9.
Okay.
Point is, so at this point, Richie's he's grown more. I believe from just this episode established, I believe Richie's a postman.
Does it? Yeah, I think so.
Well, because Richie says you're tampering with the mail and all that stuff, so I assume he's a postman. He has a mailbag.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
So my assumption is, I know Richie enrolls in the army at points in the series, which he mentions too. Like, he's got a bit of army experience, which is essentially that's how they write him out of the series. Say he wants to do naval stuff, or if not naval stuff, then just do like army stuff.
Oh,
but in the meantime, he's got a steady job and a steady girlfriend, Lori Beth.
Yeah, I know nothing about Lori Beth at all as a character, but I might say her 2 minutes of screen time here was very well done. I was very moved by it.
Essentially, Lori.
Highlights of the episode.
Essentially, Lori Beth is his steady girlfriend who, from the point she's introduced pretty much forward, she kind of stays, the main, another lead in the series, and she departs with Richard as he leaves the series. At the point they get married and have kids.
Oh, okay. Well, good for Richie.
Yeah. So things worked out well with this Lori Beth girl.
Indeed, indeed.
I don't know much about her myself, but she seems nice.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, this is a good one. So you want to jump right into the recap?
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's see. We start the episode with Joni and Marion. They come home from Christmas shopping, covered in snow, and unfortunately fake snow.
I just want to mention, of course, hey, Happy Days is filmed before an audience.
No, it's a live studio audience.
No, actually, I noted on my notes, he doesn't say live, he just says it's a studio audience.
That's weird.
I know, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Happy Days is filmed before a studio audience.
Anyway, meantime, fun gag, we have Richard, because it was funny, the way I watched this, like, the credits were a little wonky, so I didn't see Ron Howard's credits in the opening, so I was wondering if he was going to be in the series or not. This movie's like, it's been a long time, and I've forgotten. And then I see this character wrapped up in this black coat and scarf, and think, oh, they're going to play a reveal like they think it's Richie, but it's not. No, it's actually it's Richie. Anyways, Richie, he's frozen near to death, and he's wrapped up in this giant.
Richie, but it's actually his brother, and he's got basketballs, lots of basketballs.
Chuck. Anyway, so. As Richie's there, Richie comes in and warms up by the fire. Mr. C walks in. The ever-lovable Tom Bosley is Mr. Cunningham.
Yeah, Mr. C.
Yeah. Who has played Santa Claus in one of our past Christmas specials.
I'm sorry, which one was that again?
The first Johnny Bravo Christmas special.
Right.
He's Santa Claus.
Gotcha.
And he bears the the Cunningham Hardware brand Christmas tree. That is an aluminum Christmas tree. An artificial tree, which reminds me of that Justice League episode we talked about because it has an aluminum tree in that one.
Yeah, very true.
Anyway, so
Mr.
C buys an artificial tree, which Joni's not happy about. Above all, no one's really thrilled with the fact of getting an artificial tree, let alone an aluminum one.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, don't you hate artificial trees in general? It's just like.
Well, I mean, I don't like aluminum ones, but I like, and I use an artificial one myself, but just because it's convenient. It's like the tradition of
come down on you. I don't know. To me, don't get me wrong, my family doesn't have a tree either, but when we used to, like when we actually did get trees, God darn it, I like the pine needles. No, that's all I'm saying.
Basically, I go through the same effort putting up that tree as I would if I were to go and chop down a tree.
Right.
The point is, it feels like it's tradition in itself. It's like kind of like more of like a mechanically wholesome holiday tradition, if you will.
Yeah.
So it feels like kind of it's a nostalgic. It's like a tree that's been around for years, though. So that's the thing. It's not like a new one each year or anything.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's cool.
So let's see. So. Anyways, so Fonzie, we see Fonzie up in his garage, which I told you, and he moved in. Right,
and this is after we see someone come in looking for Fonzie.
Yep, someone's coming in looking for Fonzie. Meanwhile, we see Fonzie, he has his Christmas wrapping elves that are a bunch of beautiful girls doing the wrapping for him, which is hilarious.
Hey, who needs elves?
Very funny. Anyway, so... let's see, so, although I gotta point out the fake snow looks really bad at the point. Like Richie goes out in the snow for a moment, and he's like covered in like really fake looking snow.
Hey Dad, the snow fell off the roof.
Also, you can tell the tree is Japanese too, by the way, which is gonna pay off later on.
Right.
At least it said Hitachi on it, so I'm assuming Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's see, again, Fonzie's wrapping Christmas gifts. A man, basically a naval pal of Fonzie's father, Vito Fonzarelli, stops by to deliver Fonzie a gift.
And he's from Singapore. That's in the Orient.
Yes. Very true. Let's see. Basically gives him a gift and basically says, you know, you just give it to my father. You can screw that guy. He walked out on us when I was 3.
Yeah, he gets very upset at this, and not before calling his Harlem of Christmas elves out, you know, like,
He basically says the girls to get out because now things are going serious when he mentions it's from his father.
hey, I'll see you under my tree. And then, and then the sweet and poor guy's like, oh, well, that must be nice. Hey, they keep me warm, you know, better than a sweater.
Yeah, and I tell you one thing, I got a vibe from this guy when he first walked in. I didn't know who he was, but I got a vibe from him. The point is his background that's said is that he basically he's a pal of he's a friend of Vito Fonzarelli's. Basically, he's making a route and he delivered it on his way to the naval yard, I guess.
Right.
Anyway, so let's see. Again, so the point is, Fonzie hasn't seen his father since he was 3 because he walked out on him. That's important.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I liked a little bit. Just loved a little bit. In retrospect, there's a lot more dimension to it. I loved a little bit where the guy's walking out. Again, Fonzie's not through the throw. Basically, you want me to tell your father anything? And he says, "Yeah, tell him you can like drop that with the gift pretty much." Essentially, you stick the gift where the sun don't shine. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he starts to say that, and then he says, and then he stops, and he's just like, wait, never mind. You know what? I got nothing. I got nothing to say to him.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's so poignant.
The bit I love though is that he basically Fonzie kind of composes himself and then he asks like, "Do I owe you anything? Do you want anything?" Like basically offering the guy a tip, and he shrugs it off. No, don't worry about it.
That is like so in Fonzie's character, like fits right in line with the first Christmas special.
Oh yeah, I love that about Fonzie, and of course that moment has a lot of impact later on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anyway, so meanwhile Richie comes by really fast too. By the way, the guy leaves and then Richie comes up. It's like you think the guy would turn around or something.
I'd recognize that Galacta slosh anywhere.
He's getting over all his nice clean rug.
What is the Galacta slosh?
Galoshes.
What?
The rain boots, galoshes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like some sort of like elaborate insult.
No. It's like snow boots and rain boots.
Wow, that is like so not what I was thinking of. Okay.
Like the slosh of your galoshes, so basically the water coming out of your, messing up my clean floor.
I really just thought that was like a random Fonzie-ism.
Oh. Let's see. So anyway, Richie comes by. He says, "Oh yeah, I saw the girls walking in there." Also asked about Ginger, the girl with the big smile.
Oh yeah.
Which is funny. Okay, so anyway, again, Richie stops by the Fonz's place, and Fonzie points out the brilliance of this scheme. Basically, he has like this little gift. I think it's like a ring with an adjustable size, I think.
Yeah, like it's not really, they don't really show it clearly, so I'm not really...
Whatever it is as an
wristband or something like that.
Whatever it is as an adjustable size or something.
Exactly.
It's made out to his one true love, and basically all the gifts say to my one true love. Which
Who are you giving this to, Fonzie? Everybody.
I also love the line where he hands him the gift and says, "Hey, read it. There's words." Oh, Fonzie. Also, I like how so basically Fonzie explained. Richie says, "Oh, what's this? Who's this from?" Says, "That's nothing. It's just it's from my father." And basically, we find Fonzie has absolutely no interest in kind of this lame peace offering from his father in his mind.
But don't forget, he right after he says it's from his father, he says, "Hot chocolate."
True. Trying to distract from it, yeah. Point is, yeah, he will have no part of this. No part of this in Richie's concern, because Fonzie's his friends. His friends obviously being troll around the holidays. He wants to help them out. But Fonzie will not have any of it, Never mention it again.
Very much serving kind of the same role that he served in the first Christmas special, just trying to get Fonzie in the Christmas spirit.
Oh, yeah.
Except in this one, I think it's of course, even more emotionally impactful.
It is, but already Fonzie's always in the Christmas spirit. The question is kind of facing him with the true facts that he won't look at himself.
Yeah, that's true. Christmas spirit is not really the right word.
I guess it's Christmas realization.
Yeah. There you go. Another notch in the formula.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. Points Fonzie has to go through a Christmas arc of some kind.
Mhm.
Anyway, so let's see. Okay, meanwhile, we see we're at Arnold's.
Yes.
Which I
Well,
should.
I
Which I
can
should.
never get the names down of these two friends. Who are they?
Okay, the red-headed one is Ralph Mouth.
Ralph Mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the other one, the one played by Anson Williams, the dark-haired one, that's Potsy.
Oh,
Potsy's not,
Potsy. Okay, right on.
Potsy's not too bright, and originally he was going to be kind of the Fonzie role more so.
Oh, really?
Well,
Wasn't kind of fit that like more so in season one, where they
well,
kind of
yeah. In season one, Fonz is just Fonz is the Fonz, but he's more so what he classically was. It was less. It wasn't a show about Richie and the Fonz being the best of friends. It was a show about Potsy and Richie being the best of friends.
Okay, I totally see that.
And
Yeah.
people might forget this, but Ralph was Fonzie's friend before he was Richie's friend.
Mm.
And that's how he introduced me. Ralph would always talk about the Fonz. Oh, the Fonz is such a cool guy, Richie. You can't disappoint the Fonz.
Richie, he really loves that phones.
Oh yeah. Anyways, let's see. Basically, Richie's walking by Arnold to basically exchange gifts and so forth, and so on and so forth. And then Lori Beth's also there, his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And Lori Beth's peeved at Richie. And it's kind of a silly reason to get mad at somebody, but I don't know. It's Lori Beth basically says he spent too much on my gift because I saw the expensive brand on the box or whatever. And they say, oh, well, it's okay if he splurged a little on us. No, I didn't splurge on you guys. And then they're upset a little, jokingly upset, but still saying, oh, well.
Oh God! And they deliver the most. Let me find it. The most disturbing line of the episode.
We're gonna go to the mall and ask Santa Claus to give us a list of girls who were naughty.
Naughty little girls, specifically.
Well, they didn't mean little.
Poor choice of words.
Very poor choice of words, yes.
Okay.
And I like how they all kind of walk out on Richard and Bert and say, I can't do anything right.
Richie he's got a great arc this episode because he's really just getting like pounced on the whole time, and he's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like for as unfortunate as it is that he's soon to be leaving the show, he's really quite memorable here.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So then the Fonz walks in.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we get a notch in the Christmas formula here about the gift of ties, harkening back to our first episode.
Gerald Johansson.
Yep, ties are the ultimate gift, and you finally like saying, which one do you think Mr. C would like? And I should mention the ownership of Arnold's didn't change hands because Arnold originally it was Arnold, this Asian man who was Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid. That's the original Arnold.
Okay, interesting. Right.
And then the second one is Al Monero. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Al. Point is Al is the lovable guy running the place now.
Okay, cool.
Both great characters, but this one even more so. He's like lovably bashful.
Right. All right. And
Anyway, so yeah, you see him at the end of the episode. The point is, like he basically says, "Oh, thanks." Basically, thank your dad for the aluminum Christmas tree.
yeah.
The point is, so Fonzie is very touchy about his father. Richie's trying to bring it up again, and Fonzie almost pummels Richie. Or at least he threatens him physically.
Oh God.
Yeah, so that just shows you that's kind of the thing about the friendship between Fonzie and Richie is that originally it was kind of that threat was there. Like he didn't really know Fonzie, although was kind of afraid of Fonzie at times.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Harkening back to that a little, I think. Just the point is like he's always on Fonzie's good side. Rarely is he on Fonzie's bad side, and this is something that really gets to Fonzie. And only Richie's the one with guts enough to bring this up even after that. So you gotta give Richie points there. He really cares about Fonzie.
Yeah, exactly. Like like I said, it's much like his role in the first Christmas special, where he's just really pushing Fonzie towards something.
Mm-hmm.
So.
There's more so manipulating Fonzie in the first one. That's really confronting him directly about it.
Sure. Good point. Yeah. Right.
So it kind of shows you how the evolution of their friendship too. It was more so like they were friends, but now they're like pretty much. By the end of Happy Days between these two, essentially they become brothers.
Yeah, and I really like that. It's like it's like a series-long arc. I think that's kind of fascinating about the show.
It's literally by Richie's departure. It's a really heartfelt scene where Richie says goodbye to Fonzie and basically calls him a brother.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. So, yeah, Fonzie's very touchy, and basically then I think he says it right there, never mention my father to me again. But drop the subject now. He's very serious about this. Henry Winkler, kudos to Henry Winkler, really playing off that moment.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And again, there's a bit of comedy in the scene. Al says, thank you, Dave, for the aluminum Christmas tree, and it sold to me for 4% off. Oh, Mr. C, always trying to make a profit.
Oh, yes.
And we see the tree like it malfunctions, like it blows out all the lights in the place.
Well, at least it's not as bad as the crazy Santa from the first Christmas special.
True. Anyway, also I think we see later on we see same setting. Like Al's doing some last minute shopping and he leaves, so basically Richie's locking up for him, and Lori Beth comes in and essentially they have a resolution. That's a nice little moment. It's cutesy. It just shows you how much these two kids belong with each other.
I'm actually quite a sucker for this scene, to tell you the truth.
I like how she stops him from blowing out the last candle. That.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's corny as hell, but to me, it just feels so gosh darn 50s and just so cool and innocent.
What I like about it is it takes that classic, I forget that story is called, the classic I sold this to give you that story.
The Magi.
The Magi, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It takes the Magi concept and turns it on its head, because again, she basically, Richie, to appease everyone, he traded in his gift for something less expensive.
And I just really love the line. For some reason, I just really love the delivery when Lori Beth just says, like, oh, aren't we silly?
Yep.
I don't know, it's adorable, BlueDragonFive.
Do you see...
I love this scene.
What does she give him? I can't tell what she gives him. I think it's like a pen. What is it?
Actually, if I'm going based on Gift of the Magi, I'm pretty sure it might be a comb.
Well, no, it's not exact. I'm just saying it's like the giving of a gift that's unexpected. I'm not saying it's specifically Magi.
No, I'm just saying in Gift of the Magi, they give each other combs.
Yeah, I mean, who pays a lot of money for a comb?
Good point.
The point is, it looks kind of golden. Like I was gonna say, like a tie clasp or something, but I'm thinking more so like a pen. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. So
they really should have shot the gifts better in this episode. They should have focused in on them a little more, because I can't tell what it is. They don't mention it or anything what the gift is anyway. So let's see. Then I like more so the sweet moment of basically says, well, he also gets you a second gift. It says it was cheaper too. Basically, he kisses her and it's a sweet moment. Yeah.
And also, let's not pass up that was a great moment, but let's not pass up the moment where she's just like she gives him the gift and he's like, oh, you want me to open it now? And she's like, yeah, I want to see your face. And she's just like, she just gives the greatest delivery. He's just like, really? It's just fun. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All right.
Meanwhile, okay, my favorite gag in the whole special starts here.
Oh God! Oh,
okay, so let's see.
Trees.
Yes, I love the Christmas tree.
Oh, it's glorious.
So Howard, again, the good old Mr. C. You gotta love Mr. C. So he comes through for me. He realizes, okay, well, they're making do with the tinsel with the aluminum tree for me, but I love these guys. I'm not gonna cut around the bush. I'm gonna give them what they wanted, especially what Joni wants. I'm getting the real tree, and he does that. Good for Mr. C. Nice.
Yeah, his heart's definitely in the right place.
Also, Marion's very, very happy, and they instantly have an eggnog joke. Like, did she drink the eggnog already?
Eggnog.
Yep, eggnog. That's another notch in the holiday belt.
Oh yes. At this point, I don't even really considerably remember a holiday special that does not contain eggnog in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I mean, there were a few. But...
I'm sure there are, but none come to mind off the top of my head.
I'm not sure Johnny Bravo had eggnog.
That's actually the one that I'm kind of thinking, yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. So the other gag is, of course, Mrs. C, just because of the ever-lovable Marion Ross. She brings in a tree from the kitchen, so now they have 2 trees. And then Richard comes home and he has another tree. It's 3 trees.
And yeah, and you think like 3 trees? That's ridiculous.
And then Fonzie comes in, 4 trees. Yeah.
Or what? No, he's like, what's he singing? He's singing "Deck the Halls."
Yeah.
Deck the halls with balls of holly.
Then we get a scene where basically we see him exchanging gifts.
Mr. C is like, oh, this is just what I always wanted, to spend Christmas Eve in the woods.
Oh yeah, very funny. Then something we get kind of an emotional scene here. Basically, they're exchanging gifts, and again, Richie and the family, they're really forcing Fonzie to confront his problems here.
Mm. I love how at the beginning of the scene, Fonzie's just like, yeah, this is my favorite part.
Yeah, exchanging the gifts, but then Joni, she slips in slips in the gift from his father. They refuse to open. He says, "What is that doing here?" And he says, "I picked it, so you have to open. It's tradition."
Got you there, Fonz.
True. Also, I love how Mrs. C reacts here too. Like basically says, "It's from his father." It's from his father. Calm down, Marion.
Yeah. Oh God.
And I love, first of all, he gets the note. And the note has a big old revelation that ties into our opening there. We find that naval delivery guy was actually his father. Yep.
Wow, that totally went over my head.
The first time, I mean, just now?
Literally, that's the first time I realized. Wow. Explain?
Oh, yeah, well, it's basically, he says, like, that's why Fonzie is so upset in that scene. Basically, he was so close to talking to his father, and he didn't even know because he hasn't seen him since he was 3.
Wow. I love this special, but for some reason, that little detail just went completely over my head.
And I assumed that when I first saw the episode, I thought, okay, that's his father, it's going to be revealed. But then he said naval boy, so I didn't think of it until they revealed it later on.
I can't believe I lost that. That's amazing.
Because the guy had,
like
the guy sounded like he could have been Fonzie's father. He had kind of a similar delivery and stuff.
True.
And so basically, the note said, if I don't have the, this is just in case I don't have the courage to tell you myself when I deliver this to you that I'm your father.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, Fonzie is instantly.
So I get why Fonzie gets so upset.
And Fonzie's really peeved because he was that close to talking to his father, just anything.
Right.
But he didn't realize it. And he blames himself, too. Let's see. Essentially, again, it's a real tense scene just reading that letter. Hello? Hello? Tiki, you there? Going through this. So let's see. Really tense scene. We're looking through this letter here, and a lot of emotions are stirred, a lot of opinions raised, particularly by Mr. C. Good old Mr. C, and Mr. C is on Fonzie's side, pretty much denouncing the father. You know, Fonzie's all up in arms there, and basically Mr. C kind of outlines the obvious, but in a good way, saying that, well, the man abandoned his children, Marion. I mean, that's a bad father right there. And he couldn't deal with the responsibility and left them to these 3. Basically, essentially, he's blaming the father, and the Fonzie is then, he's on top of the world, happy for some reason, like jumping up in the air, defying the laws of physics. No, not defying the laws of physics, but a really cool move. And, sorry, continuing on. Anyway, so, he's like, Fonzie's on top of the world now, and he's, because he realizes it's not his fault, because Mr. C just announced that, yeah, it's the father's fault, it's all on him, and Fonzie's he's really happy about it, which I think is a neat idea. But yeah, Fonzie, he's definitely hurt by this, and he's still hurt by it, but he's been blaming himself. He thinks like maybe as he thinks as a kid, it was something he did just at age 3 that really ticked the father off to leave it. No, it's his problem, not his. It's his problem, not Fonzie's. So that's neat. So just with that, so he kind of turned on a dime, and he says, the reason he's really happy is that he doesn't have to feel hate anymore. He's hated all. He's really disliked feeling hate for so many years. It really kind of torn him up whenever he thinks about the father. That's why he's snapping at Richie. That's why he's snapping at everyone. That's why he's not too. That's why he's not too pleased. But anyway, he so now he's on top of the world, and he's really in the holiday spirit. And we open the box, and we see a really neat gift. And what's in that gift, Tiki? What's in the box?
In the box is a beautiful, what is it? It's like a kind of
kimono
thing.
It's a kimono.
Oh, a kimono. Okay, and my favorite moment is he's just like, it's from Singapore, you know. It's in the Orient.
Yeah, it's very nice, I gotta say. It looks really nice.
Yeah, I love this moment, and I also, you know, and I'm sure you touched on it, but I also love the fact that, you know, hey, no, it's family. I'm opening it with family.
Well, I did mention that actually, so it's a good thing. I mentioned like how Mr. C pointed out kind of the obvious, and I really got fun saying, yeah, it's not my fault. It's my dad's problem. It's his problem, and I feel so happy I don't have to feel hate anymore.
Oh, and let me just mention, I'm terribly sorry for that little internet glitch that I just had, but let me just mention that just the moment that Fonzie is just like in deep thought, and you know the camera's just lingering on him, and then he just like jumps up is just amazing. I love it.
It is.
Absolutely love it.
Oh yeah, it's very.
Also, let me just point out the fact that I love how Fonzie, it gets really deep and really just kind of emotionally a little bit depressing when Fonzie just kind of says like, yeah, I thought I did something wrong, you know, like being born.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like that is like some serious, like deep, scarring emotional issues, man. I mean, I was really surprised that the show went that far. I mean, that is seriously like depression level issues, and I know because I've been there. So
I like the simple bit where he just like puts his head on Mrs. C's shoulders just because he's warming up now.
Oh yeah, that's wonderful.
Also, so then after he gets the really nice looking kimono outfit,
Oh,
and he dons it. Potsy and Ralph come over, and basically they say they've forgiven Richard, and they bought him a really cheap gift, which is a hockey stick.
Hey, a hockey stick! You told.
But importantly, what they bring is another tree.
Indeed.
And then we have one more guest. It's Al.
We always have room for one more tree. Would you stop saying that?
And just because she just said that, then Al comes over and he brings the Christmas tree.
Wow. It's just like you've never seen this in a Christmas special. It's just such a great original idea.
It is. There's not enough decorations to decorate all those trees.
Yeah, those silly happy days, people.
Oh, the 50s were a fun time. Anyway, so then we get a nice line because Al's now come in. He got his gift from Fonzie, which is the tie, and basically Fonzie says, "Hey, what do you think of my gift?" Says, "Oh yeah, what is it? I got it from my dad."
I love the hell out of that moment, BlueDragonFive. I don't know what it is about that moment, but it's just Winkler's delivery. I mean, that's what it is, you know. It's just it's 5 words, and he just, oh man.
No, it's like in the special he's been denouncing his father as being really distant. Basically, a lot of you get a sense of so much embitterment towards his father, but then he's kind of past that now. Basically, his father's problem or his father's problem, and he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. He's just being himself.
Right.
And the point is, he got a Christmas gift from he got a Christmas gift from his father, who it's not that he doesn't love him. He said he just wasn't responsible enough to take care of him. Which Fonzie gets. He gets that. Hey, you're not responsible enough to do that. At least he somewhat gets it.
Like, I might say, like, that is just, like, for some reason, that struck me so hard that it might just be perhaps my all-time favorite moment in a Christmas special.
I think it's just he got over the hate, now he's just embracing the holiday spirit. It's the kind of embodiment of that.
It's wonderful.
That's the reason he turned on a dime, and he was so like on top of the world happy, basically defying laws of physics with cool movements. basically because again, all that hate, all that burden over all these years has been lifted now because of the enlightenment from Mr. C of all people, from one father absolving the sins of another father almost.
Yeah, that's a really interesting way to look at it. And again, it's kind of cool that a lot of these things kind of tie back to the original Happy Days father. Once Happy Days special, Christmas special. I'm sorry. Once again, Mr. C is kind of at the forefront of delivering the big moral of the episode.
And from the heart of it, mind
Right.
you, from the heart of it coming from Richard. Because Richard's the one who, like, I guess he suggested that Jonah give Fonz the gift from the father, and then he basically, Fonz, like, rejecting it instantly. Then Richard says, no, Fonz, you have to face this. So, yeah, he's yeah. Then it's coming from the heart of Richard, but Mr. C's really driving home the point.
I mean, that's really beyond anything else. That's really the reason I wanted to cover this particular special, because besides doing episodes where we kind of like paired off Christmas specials like we did with American Dad and Johnny Bravo and all that, like we never really went back and covered another special like after we've already done one. So this is kind of the exception, and I'm sure we'll do a lot of quote-unquote sequel specials in the next Christmas in July.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's perfect. It really is. I love every single scene in this. I love every single performance. I don't even really know half these characters, but it just works for me. It's great. It's great. Like and love.
Oh, yeah. I think I like the original better just because I've seen it more again. This pretty much, this is, if not the first, maybe second time I've ever seen this episode, so...
Okay, that's interesting, because I've actually watched it like 4 times, so...
I've seen the original far more times. That might be why I like it. But the point is, this was good, though. It was strong. It was a strong special, definitely. But I don't know, I kind of like the original just for, like, the simplicity of it. This was good, but it's like...
But here's the thing, like, the original definitely had simplicity, for sure, and don't get me wrong, I love the original Christmas special. I think they both complement each other perfectly. But what I love about this episode is that it takes the simplicity of the first episode and kind of like
adds dimension to it.
They're dealing with like really, really harsh, really kind of depressing issues, but they're doing it in, just the delightful 50s Happy Day style.
Yeah, it's like they just kept the Fonzie without a family element a little more vague in the first special, but now they kind of gave it a little more dimension and focus, like why he's alone.
Exactly.
They're both good in their own ways. I mean, still, they got away with a good story even without going into, like, the whys, as they did here, and that was still a good special. More of a revisiting special. This one was definitely a hard-hitting special. It was really, again, a lot of fun, a lot of humor, but also you got some emotional punches here and there. It's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Overall, it's really strong Happy Days Christmas. Just a strong Christmas special in general.
Speaking of hard-hitting BlueDragonFive, I'm going to officially announce the Christmas special that we're going to do tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, well, the 2 specials we're gonna.
I'll announce the second one. You announce the first one.
All right. Well, I'm saying in theme for the next 2.
Okay.
We pretty much we wanted to kind of hit something that was like as kind of as deep and impactful as the Hey Arnold Christmas special was to kind of round it out, Because we wrapped up with Happy Days as our second to last day, and then our last day is going to be kind of the emotional, or at least psychological, either the kind of the emotional, hard-hitting ones that really have a lot of resonance. And one of my favorites, I think might actually get a tear out of, if not the audience, then you, Tiki, and myself too. It's a deep one. It's like a Judith Barcy level emotional one.
I am very excited and timid to go into this. I have all kinds of emotional feels regarding this, and I haven't even seen it yet. So
I tell you, it's a really good special. It's like what if the Hallmark specials were actually all really, really good?
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is like the ultimate Hallmark special in a good way.
Okay.
It's Alf. It's Alf's Christmas special.
Is that literally the name of the episode, just Alf's Christmas special?
I think just Alf. It might be an Alf Christmas special. It might just be Alf's Christmas. I'm not
Okay,
quite.
okay, fair enough.
It's good. It's Oh yeah, and you're in for real treat. I saved it for last for a reason. Well, at least second to last for a reason.
Well, it was originally going to be last until we decided to add on the last minute addition to the roster. But
So, I
no,
mean,
I'm
like, how are you gonna top like the Mr. Wynn's daughter story? This is the way to do it.
I'm really excited to get into this because I know next to nothing about Alf. What I know about Alf, I know from freaking Cartoon All Stars. Let's just put it that way.
Which bupkis.
So so it's gonna be really, I don't know, like I kind of dig going into these series that I'm not really familiar with and being introduced to them via the specials. I think it's kind of been a fun way to do it. So
Well, the only thing you need to know about Elf, and they pretty much address it in the special, that he's an alien. His planet blew up,
oh yeah, oh yeah.
and that's why he's stuck on Earth, because his planet blew up, and he moved in with the Tanners. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
All right, well, like, I think I could figure out that much. But
Oh, Andy eats cats, but they kind of.
okay, right, right.
Or at least he would like to eat cats, because they don't allow him to do that, because that'd be wrong.
Oh god, oh god. So yeah, and especially because you've been hyping it up so much to me pretty much all month. I am pretty stoked about this. And then and the last Christmas special we're going to do, the very last one to cap it all off, is arguably the one that started it all.
Oh, actually, hold on one second. I just want one more comparison for Elf.
Okay.
I think it would be the It's a Wonderful Life of our Christmas specials.
Interesting. Okay, there's definitely been a few It's a Wonderful Life style specials. So.
Well, I mean, like in terms of like importance, like gravitas, definitely It's a Wonderful Life level. Like, thing you probably got to revisit. You know.
Would Dick Grayson enjoy it?
Would Dick Grayson enjoy it?
Yeah, because Dick Grayson enjoys It's a Wonderful Life, so would he also?
Oh, right. I think he would enjoy this.
All right.
I'm sorry. What are you saying?
Gordon have a copy of it? That's the big question.
Does what?
I said, does Commissioner Gordon have a copy of it? That's the big question.
I would sure hope so.
It's like, oh god, this is going like on a tangent, but wouldn't it be wonderful if Commissioner Gordon just had a secret stash of Christmas specials?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he has.
All right. Anyways. So
he's a family man. He has kids, so he must have some somewhere.
Right. So we're doing a Charlie Brown Christmas, everyone. No beating around the bush. Like, to be honest, it kind of blurs the line with what we're going with Christmas in July, because technically all the Christmas in Julys have been based on TV shows, while Charlie Brown is based on a strip. However, I must give an exception to it because I think, A, it's arguably the most famous Christmas special of all time. B, it's arguably the first modern day one that set up all the tropes. And C, just because it's Charlie Brown, and we're going to be reviewing some Charlie Brown related plays in the future, so we figured it'd be a nice little segue. So,
and also, it does kind of appropriately close in our Hey Arnold opening, because basically Charlie Brown is kind of the model for Hey Arnold in some respects.
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah. So it's definitely, like, would you say it's right up there with How the Grinch Stole Christmas is the most iconic of all time?
I would say it's more iconic than Grinch, but yeah. I know it's a tough thing. They're both up there.
I'm a big Grinch guy, so I don't know about that. But
okay, Grinch is great, but I don't know. But when you say Charlie and Christmas, you don't need to explain. It's just Charlie and Christmas. You all know what happens. Grinch, you have to worry about a movie.
Oh God. Let us.
Charlie Brown's been unspoiled by time.
About a movie in the Peanuts case.
Charlie Brown's untouched by time.
Yeah, but like I said, Charlie Brown Christmas isn't getting a movie, but the Peanuts are getting a movie, so I am still very worried about that.
I'm sorry, did you say worried or hopeful?
Worried.
Right, yeah, it's definitely going to be risky, because, that's for another time, though. Yeah.
Oh, yes. But anyways, so tomorrow, join us for the very last day of Christmas in July. for the Alf Christmas special, and for the Charlie Brown Christmas. It should be a fantastic time. And, as always, Blue Dragon 5, we like to take all these formulas and compile them all up to create the ultimate Christmas special.
How do we do that?
And we're going to do that by putting the mistletoe underneath the microscope. Next time on Christmas in July.
Fa la 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 la. Hey!
Hey!